5.40.
111.
124.
So this is piece of fireman clothes.
Oh. Everyone's like, are the dogs mutated? Nope, they're just normal dogs. Just sitting, hanging out. So right now we're crossing a bridge so we can go check out some big fish.
Usually we have here a big catfish, you know, huge, like a shark.
Really? So these fish are pretty normal size.
Yeah, it's normal. It's mostly carp and other rubbish fish.
So are there any mutated fish that you've ever seen?
And scientists come here, they catch they fish here. They try to find some mutation, but they disappointed. No any visible mutation.
So there's no mutations, contrary to popular belief. That's a baby?
Yeah, baby.
Look at that thing. That is huge. But that's there's a bigger one?
Of course. That's now it's like, I think it's teenager. They hear this noise and it means people, tourists come and they're waiting for food.
Ah.
You know? But actually you're lucky because no wind now and you can see fish very well.
Yeah.
When it's windy, when it's a little bit waves on water.
Yeah.
You can, and now it's like sunny.
Mm-hmm.
You can go. You can see.
You guys can see we're approaching the main reactor number 4. That was the one that had the accident. You can see this right here, this giant dome-looking structure, is the new sarcophagus that is going to be moved on top of the old one. The old one had a lifespan of about 30 years, and it's been 30 years now. They've been fixing it all the time, so it's time to put on a new one. You can see the radiation is going up a little bit since we're getting closer to the old sarcophagus.
So have a look to the reading. Here around 3, it's gonna be around 3 microsieverts per 1 hour. It is not killing.
Yep.
It is a radiation level, the same radiation level in aeroplane if you fly across Europe at altitude of 11 kilometers.
So that's the
11,000 kilometers.
So that's the same as flying in a plane, is the radiation right here.
It's across Europe, but across Atlantic would be much higher. Actually near equator would be around 8 microsieverts per 1 hour.
So standing right next to this reactor is less than it would be to fly.
Yeah, but you stay here for 5 minutes or 10 minutes maximum, but you can fly for 11 hours with same radiation.
Wow.
So it means it's absolutely safe to work here.
Yeah, that's why you can see there's tons of workers around.
Yeah.
That's why everyone's working here.
Have a look. If I put the Geiger here,
yep,
behind this rock.
Let's put it behind the wall.
Yeah, or wall, or rock, or
monument.
Stone.
Yeah.
Monument. This you see radiation levels is decreasing.
Yep.
Just wait. Oops. Because this stone is blocking.
It's blocking it coming out.
So the most safe.
It's a shield.
Place, yeah, it's a shield. So the most safe place here to stay like this. You know.
So when it explodes, you just have to hide behind this monument. 30 years later from when the disaster happened, the new one is about to get put up. So basically what they have to do is they have to take this sarcophagus and slide it over there on top of the old one, right?
Yeah, of course. Can you see over there red boxes?
Let's see. Red boxes, yeah.
They are jacks. Jacks,
yeah.
Yeah, jacks. The machines, hydraulic jacks.
Yeah.
We have all those. boxes. This huge structure will be moved over.
By hydraulics. That is the old sarcophagus that was built, finished on November 30th, 1986. What they had to do was they had to basically clean this whole area, decontaminate it from radiation, and this place that we're in right now around the reactor is actually the cleanest place in the 10K zone. So they brought in all new soil, they cleaned everything down very thoroughly. There's dogs here that aren't mutated, and everything has just been thoroughly cleaned around this area. They did a lot of work. They brought in soil, trees, everything from outside so that this place could be workable again. So not many people actually know this, but reactors 1, 2, and 3 were actually put back into use right after the explosion because they were still fine and able to be used. So 6 months after the nuclear disaster, reactors 1 and 2 were put into use. And then 18 months later, the third one was put into use because it had some more cleaning to do because it was kind of closer to number 4. Then, in 1995, they actually had a contract with the top world countries to shut it down because it kind of was unsafe and they were afraid that the same thing could happen again. So in 1995, reactor number 1 was shut down. In 98, number 2 was shut down. In 2000, December 2000, the third one was shut down. So these are actually still running for quite a while after the main disaster in 1986. With the contract, they agreed to shut this down because it's a very complicated design and they could build much better reactors. In return for shutting them down, they were actually able to be funded for this new sarcophagus that would go on top of it, as well as having the funding for new reactors to be built. What building was that?
Apartments.
That was also an apartment building?
Yes.
It just
residential place.
It just had the symbol of the Soviet Union on it.
But now it's just residential evil.
Residential evil. So this is
no one lives there now. Just some mutants and zombies.
Just mutants and zombies. So this is the main square of Pripyat. All the apartment buildings around here.
So that building is a hotel.
Okay.
Hotel. In that building in front of us, it is a community center called Palace of Culture.
Yep.
Supermarket and restaurant.
Supermarket and restaurant.
Supermarket.
Yep.
Graffiti. Restaurant.
You can see there's shopping carts in here.
Here you can see preparation for May Day celebration.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we celebrate 1st of May as a workers' day, usually Pripyat.
It's like the Labor Day.
Labor Day, yes. So study, and study. Or learn.
So this is the amusement park that was never officially opened. Right now we're at the amusement park. This is probably the most infamous part of Chernobyl. This is the part that I probably wanted to see the most, was this Ferris wheel right here. And what this is it was supposed to open on May 1st. It's their Labor Day, it's a big ceremony. That stuff you just saw, it was all gonna be put up around here. April 26th at about 1:23, 1:26 a.m., the nuclear power plant had a fire and everything, and this was actually opened later that morning. Since it wasn't an actual explosion, people didn't hear it, people weren't woken up, they didn't know anything was going on. So on April 26th, everyone went around doing their normal daily activities, and to distract the people from the smoke coming from the power plant, they actually started running this Ferris wheel. No kids were actually ever put on any of these rides here. Many people actually think that this was up for a day. It was never actually running for kids to be on. They just started running this Ferris wheel right here so that people would be distracted from the smoke coming from the other direction. So they started running this thing, and I guess it kind of distracted people. kind of sad it never got used. All this work and never got to be used. So right here they had a kid's swing set. It was actually these little, it looks like little boats, and they would swing back and forth on the swing set. Unfortunately, no one ever got to use it, but it was a cool idea. One of the coolest parts, I think, is this abandoned bumper car arena. Oh my God, that is amazing. No one ever got to ride in these things. Some of them have the poles on them still, some don't. Operator's booth right here. Not a whole lot inside. Imagine you're one of these kids who live here in this town of Pripyat, and you see this big amusement park being built over the past couple weeks or months. It's sitting right in front of you, and then this thing happens, this disaster happens, and you don't get to ever actually go to this amusement park. There's a full-size basketball court up here too.
And the swimming pool is over there.
Oh my. That is a deep pool. Whoa. How deep is that, do you know?
Actually, it's a standard deepness for diving from 10 meters.
Right, there is a high dive right there.
Yep.
Wow. That is quite the drop. The stands for the swimmers to jump off of in a swimming race. I was wondering how you got up there. There used to be stairs right there that led up to the top, to the high dive.
They remove, prevent, people just climbing. Dangerous,
Right.
But anyway, they climb. They could manage to climb it.
Yeah, you could climb that. Okay. Oh my God. It's a little high up here. Without water, it looks a lot higher. It looks a lot scarier as well. Check out this view. And this is the low dive. Let me go up here real quick. So from up here, you're looking at twice the height without the water. Never did I think I'd be standing on a high dive over an empty pool in Chernobyl. Well, I guess it's time to go down these super tiny stairs. We have many more places to go to in so little time. Little water tanks right here. These would mean that after the accident, this building was still in use, because they would have to come and dip their shoe in like that, and then they could walk inside the building and not have dust all over the bottom of their shoes. So anywhere that you see that, is a building that was used after the accident. This is, oh my God. Look at all those gas masks. That is insane. Well, that's not creepy at all. So the reason that all these gas masks are here on the floor is because they're actually kept in these big, nice wooden boxes. And this is the cafeteria right here, so they would take the plates and more valuable items and put them in the wooden boxes and then take those away. Because these rubber masks were everywhere and they weren't as valuable. So they just dumped all the masks here, took the wooden boxes, and filled them up with more valuable items. So in school number 3, there's not much to see other than that room full of the gas masks because everything had actually been taken out of this room. Everything that was inside a building most of the time wasn't radiated, so they could take those things and so they didn't have to waste them. So now we are going into one of the 7 16-story buildings. We are gonna climb up to the top. This is like a once-in-a-lifetime view.